So, as everybody can see, we have a very special guest joining us today. It is the head coach of the Reggae Girls and also a former national player as well, having been part of Jamaica's pool in the 2002 World Cup qualifiers and also a goalkeeper coach for our senior women's national team in the 2019 World Cup qualifying cycle. This is none other than Coach Hubert Busby. Coach, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well, Simon. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. Firstly, Coach, just wanted to get your emotions, how you're feeling about being involved once again with the senior women's national team within this capacity.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back and excited to take the helm once again. This is an exciting group of players, an exciting time again in Jamaica football with regards to Jamaica football, with all the things on the horizon, and yeah, just looking to continue the foundation and success that this program has had in the last few years, and yeah, just really looking forward to starting this camp and getting back to ultimately the next World Cup.
As you said, Coach, it is an exciting period of time to look forward to. In the month of June, two games are ahead. How much are you looking forward to these games, and what do you hope to achieve in June?
Well, I think the first thing, obviously, coming back in and 2 weeks ago, there's a lot of work to do in a short period of time, and the idea that obviously a core of this particular group hasn't been together in 9 months, so there's a lot of work that we're doing now behind the scenes to get up to speed in terms of watching Brazil and getting the players organized. But more importantly, I think some of the objectives for us is to kind of reset the culture, reset the objectives in terms of what we're looking to do, and understand. I know it's the most used cliche in sports, but what we do, we really have to need to stick to a process of how we look to get back to the next World Cup in 2027. So this is just the first part, and utilizing each and every window, and making sure that regardless of the results, we are hitting our targets and our objectives of what we want to accomplish heading into the World Cup qualifiers.
And as you're aware, Coach, Brazil, they're using these games to prepare for the Olympics. From our standpoint, from a Jamaican standpoint, how beneficial are these games in particular?
Well, yeah, I mean, just watching their last 5 games to this point, they're going through another cycle as well, where they're integrating, matriculating a lot of their young players into the group. And now I think the coach will kind of finalize now just what that final 18 is. So obviously those are the only ones that's the number for the Olympics opposed to 23. So I think they're going to be a combination of a lot of experience. I expect sort of Marta to be there leading this group again with a lot of young, vibrant players coming through. They're dynamic. Obviously, they are Brazilians, so we have to be aware of that. And there is going to be a little bit of that. It's a little bit of a send off match for them. Arguably, Marta's last game in Brazil in front of her own crowd before she retires. And there's a little bit of a revenge factor from what happened at the World Cup. So we've got to manage all of that, with 3 training sessions and get this team prepared for these matches.
And generally speaking, Coach, you can say it's an exciting time frame for women's football generally. As we know, at the U17 level, the Under 17 World Cup will be expanding from 16 to 24 teams. Just want to get your reaction on that and how you feel about the enhancement of the women's game.
Well, I think that's really important for the emerging nations like ourselves, because to have a now the funding and the support needs to be in place for that continuing evaluation and development year round. And that is then the springboard for us to develop even more local talent here that allows for them to kind of matriculate through the 20s and into the senior team. And what we've found, especially at the U17, and we have great examples of that with the likes of the Jody Browns, is that if you're good enough, you're old enough. And so, we can get some really exciting young players like a Destiny Powell who can come into this program and might be, playing again, like we've seen with the Bunny Shaws and the Kanye Plumbers of the past. And they've been able to almost play in all these different age groups, the 17s, the 20s, the senior women's team. And we see how that beneficial is to our development pyramid and what that means to the senior women's team at the end. So that's very important for us, and yeah, excited to be a part of that as well.